Welcome to the Minnesota Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Daisha and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items to share with you. First, your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time, and they will be able to respond to you. This is one of many different sessions that have happened tonight, and we have more sessions going on tomorrow. So be sure to check out the schedule on the website to sign up for any sessions you're interested in. The presentation tonight is being recorded and will be available at stridescan.com/Minnesota. I would now like to turn it over to our first presenter, University of Minnesota, Twin Cities.
Excellent, thank you. And thank you everyone for being here tonight. I appreciate you taking the time out of what is, I know, a very busy time of year. So I appreciate you being here. All right, my name is Laura Saavedra Myers. I'm one of the freshman admissions counselors at the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. I'm going to do a very quick overview of the university, then talk very briefly about our application and review process. So when I talk about the U, I like to talk about it in terms of 4 key fit factors. They're up on that screen. I also like to throw in size though, because I think that's also important. The U is a big place. We have about 30,000 undergraduate students. And for some people, this size is a selling point, where for others, this size can be daunting, intimidating, or just somewhat of a question mark. One thing I encourage you to think about is it's a lot easier to make a big school feel small than a small school feel big. All right, so the first fit factor I want to talk about is academics. What you need to know about us. We have 8 undergraduate colleges ranging in size from 13,000 students to about 450 students. So when you apply, you'll be asked to designate your primary choice college and a secondary choice college. Across these colleges, we have 150 majors and 135 minors. This translates to literally thousands of courses you can take as an undergraduate student. 80% of our classes have fewer than 50 students, and those that have more than 50, there is a weekly discussion or lab section capped at 20 students that is taught by a TA. We are a land grant and top tier research university, which means we attract some of the best and brightest faculty in the world. So you'll be learning from leaders in your field and may very well be working alongside the people who wrote your textbooks. The next opportunity, or the next factor I'd like to talk about, is opportunities found outside the classroom. We have over 1,000 student groups on campus. We also have an honors program, which is a great choice for highly motivated students who thrive on challenge and actively seek out rigorous curriculum. We have a comprehensive learning abroad program, so you can study, intern, volunteer, or conduct research overseas. And we have a number of living learning communities where students elect to live with other students who share an interest, lifestyle, or common identity. Another great way to find your people on campus. I now want to talk about location. I feel like we really won the lottery on this one. I don't need to tell you all the good that comes with living in the Twin Cities, though I will highlight the fact that Minnesota has 17 Fortune 500 companies, 16 of which are headquartered in the Twin Cities, and these companies love U of M grads. They seek them out for internship, research, and employment opportunities before they even graduate. And when you graduate, you're joining an alumni network of over 500,000 people, many of whom stay in Minnesota. Of course, this huge and impressive alumni family also has members all over the world who are eager to network with and hire fellow U of M grads. The final fit factor I'd like to talk about is value. We know college is an investment of mind, body, and checkbook. So it's a top priority for us to make college affordable for our students. 75% of our students receive some form of financial aid. We also offer 2 scholarships for Minnesota students. And these scholarships, as well as all financial aid, is awarded based on the FAFSA, that free application for federal student aid. We also offer merit-based scholarships. All applicants are automatically considered for these when they apply. So now let's talk about admissions and our application review process. To apply, we need 3 things from you: an application form, self-reported courses and grades, and an application fee or application fee waiver. There are 2 different applications we accept, or application forms: the common application or the Golden Gopher application. That's our own in-house application. The self-reported courses and grades will be entered one of 2 ways, depending on which application you use to apply. If you apply with the Common App, you'll need to complete the courses and grades section. If you apply with the Golden Gopher application, you'll be prompted to complete a self-reported academic record. To do this, you'll essentially copy what is written on your transcript into your application. The complete application with its 3 pieces is your application for 3 things. It's your application for admission, the honors program, and merit-based scholarships. We have 3 application deadlines. We review applications the same way, no matter when they come into our office, so long as they arrive by January 1st. The only difference with these deadlines is that the sooner you apply, the sooner you'll hear back from us with an admissions decision. However, there's one exception, and that is for students interested in our School of Nursing. We have only one application deadline for these folks, and that is November 1st. We evaluate applications through a holistic review process. This means what the name suggests. We review you holistically. There is no one line, number, or piece of your application that will be the deciding factor. We read everything in your application, and your application is read at least twice by real live human beings. And that is the University of Minnesota in the world's tiniest nutshell. If you want to learn more, we are offering in-person campus tours as well as virtual information sessions. Again, my name is Laura. Please feel free to reach out to me or any of our counselors at any point of the process if you have questions, concerns, or would just like more information about us. We are here for you and happy to help any way that we can. Thank you.
Thank you, University of Minnesota Twin Cities. Our next institution presenting is Anoka Ramsey Community College.
All right, hi there everyone. I'm just getting my presentation pulled up. Thanks so much for joining in tonight. My name is Anna and I am with Anoka Ramsey Community College. We are a 2-campus institution based in Cambridge and in Coon Rapids. And we're going to jump right in and talk a little bit about what it's like to apply and what's going on at a community college. So quick introduction of our admissions team. We are based, again, 2 campuses. We are here to help you through the process. When you send us an email, when you call us, when you set up an appointment. We have a few of us in the admissions office and a few of our colleagues are not pictured on here as well. So you are treated as an individual and personal attention is given to you as soon as you make a connection with us. So our admission steps as a community college, we are looking at kind of an open door policy. So we have a free application on our website. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Once you're accepted, we then have a placement form for figuring out placement for English and math courses, since those are core subjects in all programs. After we figure out placement together, we'll have you sign up for our new student orientation. We are currently running orientation as an online model, and then once you complete orientation, you are assigned individually to an advisor to work with, to meet with for registration for the upcoming semester. So talking a little bit more about that application. Again, we are an open door institution. As long as you apply, you will be accepted. We serve the community that we're in, and our average age of students is right around 24 years old. We have a roughly half that are full-time, half that are part-time. So we have students from all areas of life that attend our college. Talking a little bit more about that placement. Again, there's a form that we have students fill out, and that works with our testing center. And that looks at a variety of factors, whether that be a high school GPA, some different kinds of test scores, or any previous college coursework. This will place you again into those core subjects of English and math. And then last but not least, we have that new student orientation. All right, so kind of looking at that timeline. For students that are interested in starting in a fall semester, we have a rolling deadline, which means we will accept the application when you apply. However, we do recommend by January. The reason why is orientation is a first come, first served basis, and that will start in early spring. Classes for fall 2022 will start August 22nd, so that we generally start at the end of August. For spring semester start date, we recommend that you apply by October. Classes will start in January, and that orientation will be kind of right in the middle in early fall. So again, we do also recommend, like the U of M, completing that free application for federal student aid. That will open in October for the coming school year after that, for that fall and spring. We also recommend that you apply for an ARCC scholarship. Our application is open during the month of April for fall semester, and then we also have a spring round as well if you start in the spring semester. All right, so talking about tuition and fees. As a community college, we are a great place to start to get some credits under your belt before you transfer on or before you enter a career for a specific area. Full-time student cost at Anoka Ramsey is right around $6,000. Kind of depending on if you're taking on campus or online, and depending on textbook cost. A lot of our general education courses now include textbooks in the course fees. All right, moving on to the support services on campus. We have lots of different student services for you to check out during your time at Anoka Ramsey. So we encourage you to, when you make that appointment with admissions to learn more about us during an individual appointment, we can help you check out those student services and which areas might be useful for you as you start your journey towards Anoka Ramsey. We also have a variety of student activities and clubs and intramurals and athletics on campus. So we always encourage students to get involved and check out opportunities that are going on campus at any time. And finally, as a community college, we are partnered with our state university partners to offer transfer pathways. Anoka Ramsey is part of the Minnesota state system, which is comprised of 30 community and technical colleges and 7 state universities. We offer transfer pathway Associate of Arts or Associate of Science degrees that transfer seamlessly to those state universities. So we'd love to talk to you more about that as well. We also offer career exploration appointments with our counseling services. We want you to kind of check out all of your options and understand how everything fits together. This service is available to any student, whether you've applied yet or not. So as we wrap up here with Anoka Ramsey, we invite you to check out campus in person for that individualized appointment and to walk you through those steps and explain how to get started. Thanks.
Thank you, Anoka Ramsey. Our next institution is Augustana University.
Hello, thank you so much for allowing me to present about Augustana. This is Melissa Dykstra. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission at Augustana. Just going to share my screen and walk you through a few slides. Oh, of course, I'm having problems here. Sorry about that. One second, sorry about this. Okay, now I think I'm good. Google signed me out because probably just kind of how my day is going. But Augustana, let me get into it and I won't go over my time. We're a private liberal arts university located in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, just 20 miles from the Minnesota border. And we were founded in 1860. Sioux Falls and the surrounding community is home to over 250,000 people, and Augustana is the largest university within our city. So this means that our students have a plethora of opportunities for jobs relevant in their career interests, as well as internship opportunities and job opportunities following graduation. 99% of our students have some type of experiential learning opportunity, meaning they gain experience outside of the classroom. Most are part of our residential community and call our beautiful 100-acre campus right in the middle of our city home. Augustana serves more than 1,800 students from 41 states and 24 countries. Our average class size is 21 students, and the student to faculty ratio is 12:1. This provides an incredibly individualized learning environment where professors get to know your name, your passion, and your future goals. We have a high graduate school and medical school acceptance rate, as well as job placement rates. Our biggest classes are often the entry-level biology and chemistry courses, which can have up to 70 students first year here. Augustana offers more than 100 majors, minors, and pre-professional specializations. Our top majors include biology, nursing, business, exercise science, psychology, education, and English. We have exciting new majors like environmental studies and multimedia entrepreneurship within our School of Music. Extensive internships, study abroad, undergraduate research, and Civitas, the university's honors program, supplement the curriculum. Our academic programs promote sensitivity to and appreciation of values essential for students to become effective citizens in local, national, and international communities. It's free to apply at Augustana, and we're on rolling admission, so there's no specific early deadline. augie.edu/apply has all the details on applying, and you can choose whether or not to attach a test score to your application. And the only other item needed is an unofficial transcript through your junior year. Upon admission, you'll receive merit-based scholarships based on your application. 100% of our students do receive scholarships. These scholarships are renewable each year as long as you're a full-time student at Augustana in good standing. We award based on your weighted GPA or your super scored test score, whatever serves you best. In addition, we have other scholarship opportunities in music, theater, and the arts of up to $8,000 per year. And we recently reestablished our marching band after a 50-year hiatus. And the scholarship for being a part of that is $3,000 per year. Our Journey Scholars Program supports and empowers students of color as they navigate a predominantly white institution through mentorship and financial support if needed. Augustana also will match church scholarships of up to $500 per year. And additional scholarship opportunities can be found at augie.edu/scholarship. We invite you to visit our beautiful campus. augie.edu/visit has all the information and the visit calendar where you can register for the day and time that works for you. I wanted to highlight we have events planned for October 21st and 22nd during MEA break, and also explore Augustana's on November 5th, 19th, and December 3rd. Thank you so much for allowing me to share about Augustana, and so sorry I had a little technical difficulty to start.
No worries. Thank you, Augustana University. Our next institution is Hibbing Community College.
Hi, let me just share here. Okay. Yep. I apologize. begin. There we go. Okay, thank you, everyone. I am Jessie Mappy. I am an admissions representative at Hibbing Community College, and I'm excited to share with you today about Hibbing. As the name denotes, we are located in Hibbing, Minnesota, in beautiful northern Minnesota. We have an abundance of outdoor activities that you can participate in while you're a student on our campus, such as beautiful lakes and mountain biking and hunting and fishing. And if you like up north, we're a great place to come. So we're the Cardinals, and I'll talk more about that later. We do have some athletics for a 2-year school, but what we offer is the first 2 years of a 4-year degree, or we have a wide variety of career programs that lead to immediate employment. And so I'm going to go through just some of what those career programs are, as well as our liberal arts programs. So our liberal arts programs transfer degrees are our Associate of Arts, our engineering, our broad field health science. And then we also have art, biology, business, chemistry, communications, economics, English, history, law enforcement, mathematics, psychology, and sociology as transfer pathways. As Anoka noted earlier, we're part of the Minnesota state system, and so those seamlessly transfer to our 4-year partners. Let's see here. So there's a wide variety of different opportunities for students to get involved on campus, different clubs and liberal arts opportunities. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about our 2-year programs. So with the 2-year programs, we have our IT networking and securities program. That is a 2-year program that students have the opportunity to learn all about computers and networking and software. And then we have our culinary arts program, which is actually unique because they offer the food service on campus. So it's really an opportunity for our students to showcase their skills to the entire campus. They get to get their hands dirty right away, get in and just start really learning things within those first 2 weeks. So we do have a law enforcement program that is a post-certified program with the opportunity for students to be a peace officer in the state of Minnesota upon graduation. In our maintenance and technical programs, we have a automotive technician, which is a 2-year program, and also a diesel program, which is a 2-year program. In the diesel mechanics program, there is the opportunity to take a semester of welding. In our electrical maintenance program, it is a 2-year program where students are learning the skills and abilities needed to be an electrician, whether that be in maintenance or in construction. And it is accredited by Labor and Industry, so it accounts for 2,000 of your 10,000 hours towards becoming a journeyman. We also have a heating and cooling technician program, which is a 1-year program, which is nice because you start in August and you graduate in May. You put in 1 year of schooling and you can go out and start working in the workforce and earning a good wage right away, which is great. In our medical and dental sector, we have dental assisting, which is also a 1-year program. So they start in August and graduate in May. Medical coding and scribing, which is a 3-semester program, and then medical laboratory technician, which is a 2-year program. We also have a nursing associate in science degree RN program, which we have a multitude of simulation labs on campus, which offer students the ability to really get hands-on with their clinicals within the campus. It's just additional clinical hours that they can put in. Of course, they do outside clinicals in hospitals and clinics and nursing homes as well, but this gives them just that extra boost, that extra needed boost of confidence for being able to do the skills that a nurse is needed to do. Our nursing assistant program is a 4-credit program that's a great opportunity for someone who may be interested in nursing to take and then find out if you like the medical field. So let's work through the numbers. Hibbing Community College is very affordable at about $5,773 per year. And then if you stayed on campus, which we do have on-campus housing, it would be an additional $3,380 for a shared room. So it's really reasonably priced. If you're in a 2-year program, you can estimate that it might cost you between $10,000 and $12,000 for the total program in tuition. We do have athletics, as I noted earlier. We have women's basketball, softball, volleyball, men's basketball and baseball, and then we also have track league for both men and women. So as you can see, some activities, some volleyball and fast pitch, trap league, basketball. And then this is some pictures of our Cardinal Hall, which is our on-campus housing. They are two bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment style suites with a shared dining and living space in the center. So it's really nice. They're about a block from campus, right? An easy walk. So it's not too bad in the winter. And the rest of our campus is all connected. So it's really nice when it gets a little bit chillier. HCC is here to help. We have an advisor and counselors in our student services area, and we also have an academic center with tutors and study groups. We have a multitude of computer labs on campus and a library with, of course, all the resources that you might need. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or put them in the chat below, but I appreciate this time to just explain about Hibbing Community College.
Thank you, Hibbing Community College. And our final institution tonight is Cornish College of the Arts.
Hi, thank you so much. So my name is Albert Rubio, and I'm one of the admissions counselors at Cornish College of the Arts. So Cornish is the premier visual and performing arts college in the Pacific Northwest, and we're located in Seattle, Washington. Cornish is over 100 years old, and we are one of the few arts colleges in the country where visual and performing artists actually get to study together. So this is our founder, Nellie Cornish, and she and the many teaching artists who followed her believed in an innovative approach to arts education that was exposing artists to all of the arts. And that really led to some of the greatest innovations in the arts during the early 20th century. It shaped much of how we create and appreciate work today. And it also helped put the Pacific Northwest and specifically Seattle on the map as a thriving arts community. And our mission here is to provide students like y'all who are aspiring to become practicing artists with an educational program of the highest possible quality and an environment that nurtures creativity and intellectual curiosity while preparing our students to contribute to society as artists, citizens, and innovators. And we realized that mission by offering baccalaureate studies in the performing and the visual arts, and by serving as a focal point for public presentation, artistic criticism, participation, and discussion of the arts. Our degrees are also designed to help our students build the skills that they need to navigate the professional landscapes of the 21st century. And we educate our artists in critical thinking, creative problem solving, collaboration, as well as the generation of new work. They focus on traditional, interdisciplinary, and experimental art forms. And the faculty at Cornish are actually professional working artists, and they're committed mentors as well. So they maintain thriving careers in their respective fields. They maintain all of their industry connections, and that really provides them with all of the knowledge and the skill necessary to train artists of today because they're still making work today. The Cornish community is also dedicated to small classes, mentorship, and personalized instruction. So the average class size at Cornish is about 13 students, and the faculty to student ratio is 1:7. So as an artist studying at Cornish, you are going to get all of that individualized and personal instruction that's really important to successful arts education. So we're an urban campus, and we are located right in the heart of downtown Seattle, and we are immersed within the arts and culture of the city. So Seattle is one of the world's epicenters for the visual and the performing arts, and that really makes it an ideal city to pursue an artistic education. Seattle houses some of the country's best live music, theater, and dance companies, a popular music scene that has garnered national as well as international attention, over 20 live performance venues. We also have Pioneer Square, which is known as one of the country's most prominent art gallery districts. We are also home to the Fifth Avenue Theater, Seattle International Film Festival, Seattle Art Museum, and the Upstream and Bumbershoot Music Festivals, just to name a few of the many, many arts organizations that you'll have the opportunity to interface with. We're also home to a lot of amazing tech companies that hire a lot of designers and artists, and we have connections at all of those places. And essentially, Seattle is a thriving professional community for practicing artists and designers, and Cornish really has been at the forefront of that creative scene for more than 100 years. In terms of our exact location in the city, we're located in Seattle's South Lake Union District. And that's where Amazon is actually based out of. And so our campus is surrounded by creative agencies, architecture and design firms, many nonprofits, and we're within walking distance from all of the prominent creative spaces for performance art and culture. So you're going to find Cornish alumni, faculty, and current students making lots of bold, innovative work all over town. Our students also have access to a variety of state-of-the-art creative and performance spaces, and these are available for use by all of our majors, regardless of their discipline. So visual artists are making art in individual and shared studios, materials labs, editing and recording suites, and much more. And performance artists are rehearsing, performing, and learning in a wide array of practice spaces, black box studios, historic concert halls, and the iconic Cornish Playhouse and the Al Haddif Black Box Studio. Those are located in Seattle Center. That's a complex that houses all of the city's major large-scale arts and performance venues, and also most famously, the Space Needle. So currently we're training students from 38 states and 18 countries, and many of them live right in here in the Cornish Commons, which is our state-of-the-art 20-story residence hall that we actually had built with artists in mind. So it features plenty of space and lots of special amenities like private bathrooms, movement studios, practice rooms. We've even got an art studio. The 20th floor is also reserved just for our residents, and it boasts amazing views in all directions. So we are sometimes known as the BFA school because that seems to be what we offer the most of. In the visual arts, you'll see that we offer these majors. In the performing arts, we offer these over here. If you're a music student, we actually offer a Bachelor of Music, which is the equivalent of a BFA for music students, essentially. And then a Bachelor of Arts option, we've got that for transfer students with an associate's degree or equivalent. That lets them finish a degree in 2 additional years. So some great information. In the 2019-2020 academic year, we actually became the first and the only art college in the country to lower its tuition. We lowered it by 20%, and we award over $4 million in scholarships each year to over 95% of our students, with all of our admitted students being automatically considered for those merit-based scholarships that are guaranteed for 4 years. So if you're interested in applying, you can go to apply.cornish.edu/apply on our website, or you can apply through the Common App as well. Either is totally fine. And some important deadlines. So December 1st is our early action deadline, and that's the deadline that we give priority consideration to students who apply and submit their their FAFSA and all of that stuff done by December 1st. And you'll be first in line for scholarship consideration. You'll also know whether you got into the program by mid-December. And then those who are officially wanting to make sure that they are considered for scholarship should apply by February 15th. After that deadline, we do still take applications on a space available basis. And we only give out scholarship after February 15th if we've still got some to give out. But thanks so much for listening, everyone. And there's some contact information. You can contact admission@cornish.edu or head on over to our website to learn more, and I'll put some stuff in the chat. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Cornish College of the Arts. I would now like to welcome all of our panelists to join me on video and audio as we have time for a few Q&A questions. All right, so feel free to respond to these in the order in which you presented. My first question is, what advice would you give to someone going through the college search process?
Yeah, I'm happy to start with this one. I think one piece of advice I like to give students is kind of an eyes on your mat kind of approach to this time of your life. And when I say that, I mean, try not to worry about what other people are doing or compare yourself to what your peers are doing right now. You know, this is an intensely personal and subjective process, and your own college research and application process is going to be inherently unique from everyone else's. So I encourage you to just do your best to remember that as you go through this time, and to do your best to lean into that too.
All right, yeah, my advice would be, I think this session is a great introduction to checking out at least 3 different institutions. And maybe that could be a variety of the types as institutions are represented here tonight as well, such as a community college, a public university, out of state, private and public also as an option there. So not limiting yourself and checking out those options, because you never know which one will be the right one for you.
Yeah, so I've spent 6 of the last 10 years running our campus visits. So I always encourage students to visit campus. And who knew we would have to stop visits for a time frame, but now I think colleges are largely open again. So I always encourage students to visit, like everyone represented here, a large, university, a private, small university, community college, just anything. And this, like the School of the Arts, I kind of want to visit there myself. Any any of these options. And then also just not to judge maybe by the ticket price and just think it's ruled out, because we've all talked about scholarships and it being so important to make it as affordable as possible. So to keep an open mind.
I agree with all of my colleagues. I don't know if I have a lot more to add to that other than I would agree. Augustana kind of took mine in that I think that you should definitely visit campuses. I think that's a huge push for whether or not you feel like you belong there.
Yeah, definitely agree with all the colleagues for sure. Totally agree with taking your time to just explore. Some students don't realize, oh, I can go to a school that focuses on the arts and design, and it's a great option. And we're offering a BFA, we're fully accredited like a lot of other programs. So just check it out. If you're interested in design and maybe you were like, I wanted to go to a state school, but maybe I want to really dive in and focus super deep. Go through that process, and also definitely don't let the sticker price deter you. I think just for me personally, when I was applying to school, I was really scared of that, and I applied to a school with a big sticker price, and it ended up being the most affordable option in the end because of scholarship and because they want you there. So always keep your options open. We're always happy to waive an application fee if that's what needs to happen for you to just go through the process.
Awesome. Such great advice here. We have a few more minutes with our presenters, so please feel free to continue asking any questions you have using that Q&A button on your screen. My next question for our panelists is, what is one myth you would like to debunk about the admissions process?
I would like to debunk the myth that admissions officers are gatekeepers. When I tell students about my role at the university, I say I am your resource and I am your ally if you apply. When we review applications, we are actively looking for reasons to say yes. And I think that blows some students' minds that we are that human about how we review applications. We know very well the great privilege it is to review your application. And that is something we do not take lightly. But I want you to know that we are in your corner and are actively looking for reasons to invite you to our campus.
I'll go kind of off of what we've been saying about visiting campus in person. I would say that we're not the campus ourselves. So we're just a small piece of the puzzle. As Laura said, we're here in your corner to help you out, but getting on campus is getting that full taste of that experience, especially looking at the departments or the areas you're interested in. Again, we're just we're here to help you, but we are not the campus ourselves. So there's no replacement for coming on campus.
I probably gave mine away when I said earlier to not let the ticket price scare you, because to me that's kind of a myth that there's places that are just too expensive and you can't even go look. I just would encourage you to look for sure. Or sometimes I think students feel they have to have absolutely a 4.0 and the highest ACT possible to be considered, and that's a myth as well. I really think we support students at every opportunity to come in. And so just to let us be that advocate for them and give us the opportunity to show you what we can do for you.
I think I would just mention, we've got a lot of great four-year schools represented here, but to not forget about the 2 years, that there are some great options for transferring. whether that be liberal arts to, a 4-year degree or even just a 2-year technical degree. That can be a really high wage job sometimes. So, we all need carpenters and plumbers and dental assistants. And so think outside the box sometimes when you're thinking about what your future career might look like.
I totally agree. That 2-year option can sometimes be great, especially financially. We get a lot of transfer students each year that come to Cornish. I think another myth that I love to debunk is when students, they ask all the time, well, how many students do you accept each year? And it's like, well, what number do you want to know? Do you want to know the number we try to get to say yes? And I think that's what colleges will just say, right? So we accept 60 students into the theater program, actors, musical theater students, playwrights each year. And in reality, we have to accept more students than that number to get to that number. So I think when colleges tell you this is the amount of students we accept into the program, understand that we understand you're going to probably get into 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 schools, and you can't go to all of them. So that number is just a number and doesn't need to be a scary number.
Awesome. All right. And my final question for you all is, what is one thing you would like students to remember about your college or university?
I think the one thing I hope you can remember about the University of Minnesota Twin Cities is that it's the experience you have. It's very customizable. I don't think I realized that until I came to work here. It's a big place with tons of opportunities, but there are all these ways you can curate your own little corner of campus, to curate your own community, whether it's through joining a living learning community, being a part of the honors program, doing a learning abroad experience with other U of M students. I think there are so many ways, again, to make that big, sometimes overwhelmingly big campus feel really small and really tailored to what you want in your college experience.
I would say that I hope students remember, as I mentioned, we as a community college are an open door institution. So we're a great place to start if you're looking to start locally, maybe close to home, as well as getting your feet wet with starting out at a community college and maybe balancing some other life things, jobs going on before transferring to a university.
I would say I talked a lot about the individual attention you'll receive as part of our community at Augustana, and then just the city of Sioux Falls we think is a huge strength. If you've never been here, come and see us. It's really growing. Lots going on. So much is being built with our facilities. We're even putting up a new hockey stadium. By 2023, we're going to have Division I hockey, the first in South Dakota. So just a lot of fun things happening at Augustana, and worth a look to come see us for sure.
I would mention that I would like people to remember that Hibbing is located in beautiful northern Minnesota. I think that that's a huge plus for us. And if you're looking for more of a out in the open, not big city type of school, we're a really good fit for that.
The one thing I think students should remember is that for so many artists, sometimes it's high school is not always the best place for them, but when they find a school like Cornish and they come to a place that's full of other artists and collaborators and creatives, you finally find that community and it all just clicks. And so many magical things happen. We see their grades just kind of shoot up. They start getting excited about going into their history class and their writing class because we're tailoring those experiences to be about topics that are interesting to artists and creatives. And so it's just finding that community is a big thing I think you should take away from Cornish.
Awesome. Thank you all for such wonderful advice you had to share with our guests tonight. So I thank you all for your time. I have just a quick slide to share with you all as we wrap up our session. So again, thank you to our panelists and thank you to our guests who joined us and watched our session live. When you close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide on tonight's event. I encourage you to check back on the schedule and sign up for any additional sessions you're interested in for tomorrow. You'll be able to find the recording for this session as well as any other session recordings at strivescan.com/Minnesota. And that's all I have for you. Thank you for attending and have a great evening.